Huh? Who? We still gotta do what? Who? Who?
The lady at the appointment she got to go to.
What appointment?
Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh, that's yeah, it's not that. Yes, we back, sis. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back. We got Granny home. We got Granny home. Granny is home. I can't wait to tell y'all what happened to us. Amen. Tell y'all what just happened to us. We just had it. It was just crazy. It was crazy. It was just crazy. Let me tell y'all what just happened to us, y'all. So, I went and picked my granny up, right? Okay, cool. We on the way home. Granny says, I'm hungry. Okay, Granny, what you want to eat? I said, do you want me to get you something to eat or do you want to make something to eat? It's your choice. She said, oh, no, I don't, I'm just so hungry right now. I want something right now because I don't feel like waiting on nothing to get done. I said, okay, well, let's stop and get Granny something to eat. So I said, what do you want? I said, there's McDonald's still open this late. There's Wendy's that's still open this late. There's Cognac that's still open. So I gave her a few different choices that was in our area where we are. And I asked her what did she want to eat. She said, I'll take a wrap from McDonald's. You know how McDonald's got the little ranch and spicy chicken wraps or whatever. And she wanted to sit McDonald's. So I said, cool, no problem. We got you. I got you. I got you. So we on our way to McDonald's. We get to McDonald's, y'all. Hey, Patrice. We get to McDonald's, y'all. So I'm sitting in the line. It was a car at the speaker. And I was right behind the car at the speaker. So we're waiting. We're sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. Sit about like a good 6 minutes. And I'm just like, I ain't heard this man open up his mouth for nobody to take his order yet, and he just sitting there. So I said, I wonder what's going on. I said, it's only like 9:30, 9:45. I'm like, I know dang on well they ain't closed yet. So I pull up to the window. So I pull up to the window. I'm beating my horn. The young boy comes to the window. I said, can you take my order? I've been waiting on somebody to come take my order. I'm just sitting here burning gas. He said, I'm so sorry, but I can't take your order. I can't take no orders. He said, we really short staffed and my manager telling me don't take nobody order. I can't take no orders. I said, what? I said, I've never put up to McDonald's and they told me they couldn't take my order and that they're short staffed and they can't take my order if you're in there and I'm here at the window and there's nobody else in front of me. I could see if it was a full long cars in front of me, but there's nobody else in front of me. So what are you talking about? So it got confusing to me. So now I need answers. When something don't make sense to me, I need answers. I have a lot of questions after it. So he slashed the window over and walks off. So I pulls up to the next window. You know that window was you give the money, you give your money at that window. I get to the second window where you're supposed to get your food, and I see the manager putting fries and stuff in the bag. So I said, I blew the horn. She came over, she slid the door open. She said, yeah. I said, why the dude just tell me he couldn't take my order? What's going on? I said, I'm trying to order it and I said, that's weird. She said, well, right now we short staffed. It's only 3 of us here. We've been working all day. We're really tired. We short staffed. And she said, we got a lot of DoorDash orders. And she said, I'm trying to fill all these DoorDash orders and I need help filling these DoorDash orders. So I told him not to take no orders. So the guy not taking orders. I said, what? I said, well, all I want is a chicken wrap and some apple pies. I said, can I just get a chicken wrap and some apple pies? She said, we don't have no apple pies. And she yelled to the back, to the one of the cooks or whoever back there cooking. She would yell back there and told him, she said, make me a chicken wrap or whatever. So I said, if you short staffed, why are you not hiring then? She said, ma'am, she said, we've been short staffed for the last couple of days. She said, I had 7 people that quitted on me. She said, she the only manager that's working right now. She said, they have no other managers on the shift and that she was the only manager that was working. And she said, they need managers and crew members bad. I said, what? She said, she had 7 people that quit yesterday. I said, that's crazy. I said, you should be hiring then, right? She said, yeah, we're hiring. I said, well, I got somebody that can start tomorrow. I said, you know what I'm saying? I got somebody that can start tomorrow. She said, well, tell them to be up here in the morning because the hiring manager be here in the morning. And I'm pretty sure she's going to just start hiring on the spot because we need people and all this or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then she ends up, we waited like another 2-3 minutes and then he ended up giving me the wrap and he took my money at the window and went and cashed it out and gave me my money. So now let me tell y'all, the wrap came up to like 316 or whatever. He asked me for 316 or 317. However, I gave him a $10 bill. I gave him a 10 cent, a 5 cent, and a penny. So I must have been a penny short. This boy brought me back $6.99. Instead of asking me for 1 penny, he literally brought me back 99 cents. I'm like, what was the point of that? I said, no, you didn't gave me all this change. I said, all you had to do was give me the dollar or ask me for another penny, so you didn't even have to count all that change. You just wasted your time counting all that change. You could just give me a dollar or ask me, say, hey, you a penny short. You got a penny, so I could just give you a dollar. I said, whoo. I just took it and left. But I told the lady, I said, if you hiring, then I got somebody who could start tomorrow. She said, bring them up here in the morning. Bring them up here in the morning. I said, all right, cool. So the little girl gonna have her job in the morning because I'm taking her behind right on up there in the morning, baby. She going straight to McDonald's. I'm gonna drop her behind off quick. These youngsters ain't do basic math these days. They clearly didn't do. I wonder, do they even do money counting in school? Like, do the schools teach these kids how to count money? And I get that they do the timetables. I get that they do the adding and subtracting. But these kids need to learn how to count sense and what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he clearly couldn't count, because instead of counting out 99 cents, you could have just gave me a penny. You wasted your time, and then I didn't even check to make sure it was even 99 cents. I just looked up all of the change, and it was just through a flabbergastic, because I said, boy, this just don't make no sense. I had quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. I just was like, I'm just over it. I just threw the change in my little change thing, and I just was like, all right, whatever. Let's just pull off, because it was already too much for me. So, but he didn't even have to do all that if he would have just clearly looked at what I gave him and was like, hey, do you got a penny so I can give you a dollar back instead of change? But whatever, I just sometimes you gotta make common sense when you're moving fast. I was always taught in a restaurant world, you do what's best to move fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you gotta give a person a dollar because they 2 cents short, whatever, just go. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the line flowing. Don't stop trying to count change, wait on change. Somebody gotta dig in purses and bags and all that for change. Just keep the line moving. Now, when I worked at Popeyes, I kept Popeyes afloat. Baby, Popeye was moving. I was in that drive-thru window having people gone. Here, go. Ooh, shoot. Most people I had come through the drive-thru was using debit cards anyway, so all I had to do was swipe that debit card for their order, give it back to them, and take them, they get them their food and go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to working at fast pace because I've did a lot of different jobs. I've worked almost every field there is. But y'all remember when I worked at Popeyes, when I was in Georgia, I worked at Popeyes. I only worked at Popeyes though because I was trying to teach my sister how to work. I got the job because it was I helped my sister get a job. This was her first time working. She had never had a job before. So I had got a job. I told her, I said, look, sister, I got you. I said, I'll get the job with you so I can show you how to work. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you get on these jobs, if you don't know how to do stuff and people got to show you over and over again, they'll get tired and be like, I just whatever. I can't help you. But I'm a more calm, relaxed, can slow, teach people. Hey, Ari, I'm a more calm person. I can teach you how to work or whatever. So I got my sister her first job at Popeyes. I got the job with her. We both went up there. I told him, I said, hey, me and my sister need to work. Can we work or whatever? He was like, yeah. He was like, y'all got experience? I said, I got experience, but she don't or whatever. But I'm gonna help work and show her or whatever. He was like, all right, cool. First day on the job, the man wanted to fire her. First day in, he was like, I gotta let her go. She moving too slow. She don't know between the chicken and the leg. She can't count. I gotta let her go. I said, please. I said, I got the job so I can help her. Please, Ari, you remember me? I don't know, but I do now. So hey, I don't know, but I do now. I guess so. Hey, hey, girl. Hey. What was I say? So I got the job to work with her or whatever. Oh yeah, Alexis. So you must be on. Huh? Who?
No, I said it's Megan.
Okay, girl, go in there and sit down. Hey Ari.
Her, she's mad because Kimura keeps washing
Hey what?
her. She keeps washing her hair.
Okay, whatever. We ain't about to pay her Kimura no attention because Kimura is crazy. Hey Ari. Yes, I like your name, girl. You and Alexis. What I was saying. So I got a job to help her work, to help teach her how to work or whatever. So I gave her, I showed her how to do things. She got the hang of it. While I was teaching her, she was grasping on. That's what I can say about her. She was, getting the stuff, you know what I'm saying, down pat. Like when I was teaching her, she was, able to learn. She was taking everything in. So I worked at the Popeyes with her all the way up until I got fired. I got fired and she was able to keep the job. She kept the job a lot longer than I did because I got fired because I wouldn't take off my nails. The guy's like, I'm tired of you and your long nails. Like me and the manager had it out all because I was wearing long nails and he hated my nails. He was like, oh, you need to cut them nails too long. I used to wear my nails real long. I just used to love to have my nails long. Like I was in my long nail era, girl, Oh my goodness. When I say this manager that I had was like furious about my nails. Like I don't know, it was just gut wrenching to him about my nails. But I told him, I said, forget this job. I'm not cutting my nails for this job. I said, you stupid. I said, I go to school. I said, this job is not my career path. You know what I'm saying? I get no disrespect, and I get to the people who gotta be here for like 10, 12 years. But this is not my career path. I was only working the job because it was benefiting me while I was going to school, and it was helping me teach my sister how to work. First of all, I was able to teach my sister how to work. I was able to feed my kids because I was sending food home to my kids so my kids can eat. On top of that, I was eating good on my way to school because I was in real estate school. You know what I'm saying? I paid my own way through real estate school, baby. I was in real estate school. So I said, baby, I didn't care. Fire me. I said, you ain't gotta fire me. I'll quit. You ain't gotta fire me. Baby, I worked. The next day I came into work, he was like, you fired. He was like, I just gotta tell you fired. I was like, all right, cool. What? Ain't gonna make me know, never mind. So I quit. I didn't quit. I got fired. However, my sister still worked the job. So, and then she ended up, I don't know if she ended up quitting or getting fired, but she ended up, working the jobs too. Good day. Hey, good. Stop and smile. How you doing? Y'all, I am in the middle of making me a snack. So remember cookies that I bought earlier? I'm about to show y'all how to bust down on them cookies. Them cookies that I bought earlier. Remember I showed y'all my little shopping haul and the stuff that I bought and the stuff that I got out of Walmart. I got the cookies in the oven right now baking. I got 4 cookies in the oven baking right now. I'm about to show y'all how to bust them things down. Okay. I am about to show y'all how you get down on them cookies, baby. Because when I say it's tea, I'm about to let y'all in on a little secret because it's tea. It's about to be tea. Ooh, I bet they smell good. Yes, they smell so good. So they are caramel, turtle, almond. I think that pecan. It's pecan caramel cookies. Pecan caramel cookies by Nestle Toll House. Baby, these cookies are about to eat down. I'm about to show y'all exactly how I make them. I put them in the oven already, so boom, cool. They in the oven, they baking. I just put them in there, so I'm probably about to go check them in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'll run down there, open the oven, check them, make sure they good or whatever. And then I'm gonna show y'all how to prepare those. But the whole McDonald's thing just blew me because I couldn't believe the boy telling me, he's like, I'm just really, really sorry, but I can't take your order. I really can't. He was like, I just really can't take your order. I'm like, wait a minute, what? It was so weird to me though that I was confused. I was lost because I'm like, wait a minute, what? What you talking about? Now, how do I supposed to open this, y'all? How do I supposed to open this? Oh my goodness. Y'all know one thing about it is I don't miss the South. I like to visit. I do. I love visiting. But baby, I couldn't move back. I couldn't move that. How do I get this thing off of here? I'm trying to get this brush out of here so I can go wash it. Let me see if I got some scissors. But before we left, y'all, we was on the. What was I telling you about? Oh, I was telling you about the man that I met. So, oh, did I text him back? I think I forgot to text him back too. He told me to text him and let him know how I like the movie. I think I was texting him. I think I wrote out the message, but I forgot to. I think I was writing out the message, but I forgot to send it. But I was telling y'all about the guy that I had met. So I did meet another guy or whatever, and come on now, why would they make the brush like this, bro? Like, what was all of this for? And it don't even come out. Like, what is going on? This is ridiculous. So I met him or whatever. There we go. I got me a new brush. Shout out to my brush. I gotta go wash it though. I gotta go wash it. So me and him was talking, and I ended up meeting him. He asked me if we could be friends, if he could get my number or whatnot. And I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, right now I'm open into dating and talking to people. You know, it's nothing wrong with mingling, you know. Hey, Tydrika. Hey, girl, hey. Dang, that was a challenge, wasn't it? I had to go through all that to open up a brush. Like, what kind of brush is this? Like, dang, I ain't never had to go through Star Wars to open a brush. Shoot. But so yeah, he's a little bit different from the most recent people that I have met. Like, he like tell me every day how much my smile is so beautiful to him. Cause when I seen him, we was, you know, talking or whatever, and he had made me laugh, so I had smiled, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, you got a beautiful smile," and everything. So yeah, like we've been communicating back and forth, and every day he texts me "Good morning, Queen." Every morning he texts me "Good morning, Queen." Now I like how they start off, but I get that. But I like somebody to be consistent. I'm gonna see how consistent he is, because he might win a couple cool points for me if he keep it up for the next if he keep it up for the next like few weeks. But eventually, if he stop or slow up, then I'm gonna know he not consistent. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I can say I like about him is he have not talked to me sexually or anything. Like, he have not said nothing about you got a banging body. He ain't said nothing about my booty. He ain't never said nothing about my titties. He ain't never said nothing about nothing but my smile. This man keep on saying, I am crushing over you because you got a beautiful smile. And I literally can show y'all the text message. Oh, this is the wrong phone. I can show y'all the text messages. Bro, this man said, I am crushing over you. I said, why you crushing over me so much? He was like, because first of all, you got a beautiful smile. He was like, your smile is so gorgeous to me. I said, really? He said, yeah. Now, this is one thing that drew my attention to him and made me spark up a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you might be on or something. Because one, he have not said anything sexually inappropriate to me. He have not said anything about, oh, I would do this to you, I would do that to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling giving him the benefit of the doubt to see how far this goes. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we are sleeping with each other or nothing like that, because it'll take a long time to get to that. Because there's a rule that I have. If you can make it through 90 days with talking to me and not ask me for sex, then you're drawn to, you know, wanting to know me as a person. But when a person just automatically meets you and the first thing they say is, oh, you so sexy, oh, I would do this to you, I would do that to you, immediately they body game. They just want to body you. That's all they want to do. They want to body you. A person that sees you, looks at you, and wants to just have a conversation with you and talk to you to get to know you, really wants to know you for who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go for the ones that be like, oh, you sexy. I already know I got a booty. I already know I got titties. I already know all that. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to know who I am first? You know what I'm saying? Do you not want to know who I am? I could be a weirdo. I could be a crazy. You know? Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, right. Most people present a hype up version of themselves when you first meet them. Right. Tell him he better keep that up. I ain't gonna tell him. I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna see how far he go with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see how far he can keep up with, texting every morning, saying good morning, talking to me. I asked him. I said, I hope you have a good day. I asked him how was his day, or I hope you had a good day. I'm gonna show you a message. I told him either have a good day or I hope you have a good day, and he said back that I will always have a good day long as I'm in long as I see your beautiful smile, conversate or communicate with you. I gotta show y'all how he wrote it though. Like how he texted was just so cute, And I love men that just still can get a woman's attention by being cute. Oh, check on the cookies. Whoop whoop. Right. Hold on. We gotta go check on the cookies. Hold on. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who I owe a cookie to? I owe somebody a cookie. I owe somebody a cookie, baby. Who that? Shan Cole? I owe you a cookie, baby. You ever see me tell me you up me cause hell you want my cookie? Cause how you just say them cookies? You just say them cookies by the bell, bro. I swear you don't even know. I didn't even know it was in here. Bro, you just say them cookies on my soul. I ran down there. I ran out so quick. It snatched the oven open. Boy, when I say they is so perfect. They not burnt. They not too light. They not too dark. They in a nice little circle. Oh, I'm talking about a minute later. If I had opened my mouth and said anything else, them cookies probably would have been gone and delivered to the pits of hell. Woo! When I say them cookies would have been delivered to the pits of hell, they would have been delivered to the pits of hell, honey. I'm trying to tell you. Let me put something on my lips because my lips is just ashy as I don't know what. Why is my lips so ashy? Let me find something for my lips. Sister, I owe you a cookie. I owe you a cookie. Baby, give it to grandma for me. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna give your cookie to grandma. I'm gonna give your cookie to grandma. Cause I promise you, I owe you a cookie, sister. If you ever see me in the streets, up me and be like, bro, you owe me a cookie and I want my cookie. You got the right to up me, be like, bro, you owe me a cookie and I want my cookie. Cause how you just say them cookies? Sister just save them cookies. I'm talking about save them cookies. Let me find something to put on my lips. My lips is super ashy and my lip gloss I think is downstairs. My mind is tricking me. I think I can smell them through the phone. I know that's right. Look, and I know that's right. I know that's right. And smell good too. Them bad baby smells so good. I'm gonna take y'all downstairs so I can make it. I'm gonna take y'all downstairs so I can show y'all what I do to the cookie. I'm gonna take y'all downstairs. They gotta cool off though. They real hot. So we're gonna let them cool off. They done. I turned the oven off. They done cooking, but they super hot. So I'm gonna wait till they cool off so I can show y'all the magic trick. And I'm gonna show y'all the cookies before I do the magic trick. I'm gonna show y'all the cookies. I wanna take y'all downstairs in a few minutes. I just gotta put some on my lips cause for some reason my lips so dry. Honey, I know how you are about your sweets, baby. Don't play. I don't play. I'm so glad you know, sister. I'm so glad you know. Don't play no games. I know, I got them. I just turned them off. Just leave them alone because they gotta cool off. I know, I got them.
play with my hair.
What you want to do to it?
I don't know. Do something. Don't try to look like this. I'm having my hair down and I don't know how to look.
Girl, you just took the ponytail out. Ice cream. I know you love ice cream, bro. Who are you? Like what? What? Oh my gosh. Is somebody stalking me? Y'all gonna drive? Don't drive me crazy. Don't drive me crazy. Don't drive. Give me my brush. Give me my brush.
Oh,
Shut up and stop screaming like that. Mary trying to say, Dad, don't use that. I have to clean that. You don't use no brush without washing it first. Give it here. I gotta wash it first. Crazy. Because you just picked my brush up.
Right,
Don't touch those cookies. Right. They might not touch my cookies. I'm telling you, this brush gonna be over somebody. Pop. I'm trying to tell you, somebody. Boom. Take a good paddle brush. Pew. Right across their forehead.
What was she feeling like?
Touch them cookies. Not the cookies I just baked. Cause no. Say no, but yeah, I'm about to show y'all. Shan, you must know a little bit about me. You must know a little bit about me. I don't know if you've been following me for a long time, or you just guessed it, or maybe you got cameras on my ass. I don't know, but yeah, you guessed it. You guessed it, sister. It's ice cream coming along with it, and now I'm gonna show you exactly what I do. I've been following you for. Oh, really? I've been following you for years, from the A back to the D. Proud of your comeback. Here again, you already know what it is. You already know that. I love seeing my day ones in here. I do. I love cutting up with y'all because y'all already know the vibes. Y'all already know the vibe. Excuse you.
What? Not my fault. I got more hair than you.
Excuse you, ma'am. Excuse you. Oh, go ahead. Go turn it off. It's off. I cut it off. It's off. Go tell her it's off. Hurry up. Go. Go tell her. I'm not doing nothing to your hair. Thank you so much, though, Shan Cole. I appreciate you so much. Yes, thank you so much for being proud of my comeback. Y'all already know, like, a real one don't stay down for long. When you believe in Jesus and when you believe in God, you don't stay down for long, baby. You gonna come back up. You gotta go through a little something, but you gonna get, you know what I'm saying? The G is gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't tripping because I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a big boss. You know what I'm saying? Whether I get it or I don't, I'ma always touch it. That's what you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never afraid to fall, because I know if I ever fall, when I come back, it's gonna be even harder than how I fell. You gotta know that. You gotta know I serve a God that's gonna have my back 120%. You know what I'm saying? Like, God didn't send me through that for no reason. God knew, like, I'm about to have you eating in the presence of your enemies. Because everybody that laughed at me, everybody who doubted me, everybody who, like, oh, she failed, she a bum, she did, she begging, she did, she that, she did, she that, she did, she that. But where they talk about the comeback at, is they bragging about my comeback the same way they was bragging about how I was a bum? Is they bragging about how I came up like they was when I was a bum? Is they doing that? Is they doing that? Huh? Because they was happy to brag about me when I was down. They was happy. She a bum. She ain't got this. She don't got a car. She don't got a house. She don't got no money. She bum. She sitting on her butt. She ain't working. She lazy. She don't want to work. She don't want to get a job. She don't want to do this. She don't want to do that. She want to do this. And guess who my God is? Baby, when I say I'm a child of God, you better believe me when I tell you I'm not blowing smoke out my mouth. Baby, when I was in the trenches, when I had my feet dirty, when I had nothing, I prayed to God. I didn't go rob nobody. I ain't go steal nothing from nobody. I ain't go take nothing from nobody. I didn't do nothing besides ask for help when I needed help. Yes, I did get on social media and ask for help when I was down, because God said a closed mouth don't get fed. It's not considered begging when you need help. It's considered asking for help when God says, go and ask for help. You never know where your help will come from. You never know where your help will come from. And when God said he will send his angels concerning you, he will send his angels concerning you. So if you got to get on here and ask for whatever you got to ask for in the time of need, because you desperate measures cause for desperate cause, you have to do what you have to do. But you have to know that when God do it for you, you return the favor. Okay? Amen. And so people mistake people getting on here begging for people that need help. I would never get on here begging if I have it. You would never see me on here with a big old house, money, cars, and all this stuff, and still begging. Those are leeches. Those are users. Those people are users. But if you down, you don't have nothing, you down on your luck, you don't know how to feed your kids, you don't know how you gonna clothe your kids, you don't know how you gonna shelter your kids, that's not asking for help. It's not begging. That's asking for resources. Because I'm not necessarily saying you got to give me money, but at least guide me and direct me into the resources that you may have. Whether you know a shelter to go to, whether you know an intake specialist that to go to, whether you know a housing project to go to, whether you know who giving out clothes to go to. A resource is always a connection with people. You have to connect with people to get to resources. So sitting down inside of a dark room with your mouth closed and shut down internet, people, everything, it's not gonna get you nowhere. Because at the end of the day, God is within people, and if you don't go out here and branch yourself out into the people that you never know who you can come across. When I say me and my kids have came across some beautiful souls on the internet and in person. The internet showed out so much love to me and my kids when we were down and out. When we were homeless and we lost our house, the internet showed out for us. When I say sent blankets, clothes, money, food, all that, they showed out. The internet showed out. Y'all showed out so good. Like, y'all showed out so much helping me that it had my own people turning on me, like jealous of me, because they just couldn't believe that I had so many people that literally had my back and was willing to help me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, how do you hate on somebody that just trying to get themselves, you know what I'm saying, like some help? It's crazy. It's crazy. It was crazy. I watched you work at the PO until the house caught on fire. You had a downfall for a minute, but the comeback, though, period. And the comeback is crazy. The comeback is mad crazy. Okay, period. And eating good. Big as a house. Talking about back to 220 pounds. Bro, I'm back to 220 pounds. I lost all that weight just to be back at 220 pounds, bro. I'm like, dang, I feel like a whale again. I'm back big all over again. But yeah, the comeback was definitely lit. You were definitely trying. I remember you going to the library every day. Yes, because at the end of the day, just because what? Come on, get out of there. Just because I was down don't mean I was going to neglect my kids from their education or trying to teach them something or trying to help them strive. I wanted my kids to know, even if you don't got it, there still is ways to get resources to do other means of things. We may not have no money, but the library is free. It's free to go to sit your behind in the library and learn something. Read a book. Teach yourself something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids to ever think when you get down you don't have nothing to do. Baby, I took them kids to the library and was sitting in that room and teaching them. I was giving them homework. I was putting them on computers. I was teaching them. I didn't have my kids just sit in a dark room with nothing. Like, no, I would get my behind up broke as I don't know what. It was days that that car made it to the library on E for 2 days with the gas light on. Bro, had no gas in it. But I said, I don't care if it break down on us. We're going to just keep on walking. And we'll just get it towed home if we can. Or we'll leave it on the side of the road until somebody can get it back to the house or something. But I was not going to, by the grace of God, we was able to continue to keep going because, you know, people was sending stuff and I was asking for help. And I was able to get maybe like $5 or $6 to put in the tank so we can continue to go to the library. But yeah, I was taking my kids to the library. I was putting them on the computers. I was still teaching them. That's why I said, like, my struggle is real, baby. I've been through the mud with my kids, period. That's why I will never ever allow somebody to tell me that I'm not shit. Do you know how many days I starved and went hungry to make sure my kids ate? And I have, baby, it's been times my kids tried to put food to my mouth because they said, Mom, we haven't seen you eat nothing and we know you hungry. And I said, no, I'm good. Eat your food, honey. I am good. I will sit here and die before I eat your food. No, eat your food. Like I lost so much weight because I starved myself to death because I wanted to make sure my kids was happy. By the time I got done taking them to the library, feeding them, clothing them, making sure they was clean, making sure they was washed up, I was tired. I was drained, and I was still trying to figure out how I was gonna pick back up on life. I was tired. I was mentally drained. I had to get up every day and figure out what my kids was gonna eat. I had to make sure they stayed clean. I had to try to get them to shower wherever they could shower at. I had to make sure their clothes was clean. I had to make sure my daughter's hair stayed done. My daughter's hair wasn't nappy or nothing. I tried to at least keep her hair done. You know what I'm saying? I was still trying to do everything that I needed to do for my kids while putting myself on a back burner. You know what I'm saying? It was times where I didn't even want to move, but just lay there and sleep because I was so mentally and physically drained because I said I am trying to figure out a way to get us out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, food was the least of my worries when I was trying to figure out how we was going to do this. You know what I'm saying? And all I can do was just pray. We was in there praying every day. We was in that tent praying. When me and my kids lived in that tent, we was in that tent praying to God every day. Every day. Every day. Me and them kids was in there praying to God. They was sitting there saying, Mom, I can't wait for us to get out. I said, I can't wait for us neither, baby. But all we can do is pray. Baby, we got to pray and lead us in God's hands because ain't nobody can help us better than God. Only God can help us out there. I told my kids, I said, it's nobody that's going to come save us. There's no Captain Save Hoes. Just nobody's going to come save you. If you ever sit in your dirt, and if you ever sit with yourself and you think that somebody gonna come save you, they're not. You better pray and ask God to deliver you and give you and show you the means of what it is. But baby, waiting on somebody to come and say, here it go, they ain't gonna get you nowhere. Baby, I had to pray. And the first thing that God told me to do, I ain't gonna lie, to my right hand of God, the first thing that God told me to do was to quit smoking. It's the first thing that God told me to do. The first thing I heard God say is, in order for you to be able to walk in the steps that I will ordain for you, you got to quit smoking. I had to quit smoking cigarettes. I had to quit smoking marijuana. I quit drinking. I cut all of it out. I said, I'm done. I gotta leave this. And when I tell y'all, I went through the worst withdrawal of my life. I'm over 30 years old and I have never in my life experienced that withdrawal. Took me out so bad. I didn't even know that your body go through. This is how dumb I am. I didn't even know your body go through withdrawals when you quit smoking. Do you know my stupid behind was like, okay, God, you know what I'm saying? I was hearing God say, quit smoking. It was deteriorating my health. I quit smoking. Baby, my body was shaking. I almost felt like a crackhead. The withdrawal is worse than smoking. Bro, when I say it's no lie, the withdrawal had my whole body I feel like I did crack for 30 years. No lie. Not even 30 yet. I was 30, probably was 30. My body made me feel like I had been doing crack or something my whole life, and I had never even touched crack. I've never smoked crack, never touched crack or anything, but that withdrawal would make you feel like you did crack, heroin, cocaine, and everything else. When your body go through the withdrawals, you would think you did everything under the sun, but you know you didn't. But I'm just saying, that's how it feels. Baby, I was shaking like no tomorrow. I was shaking. My hands was trembling. My nerves was bad. I kept gritting my teeth. I was gritting my teeth like real bad. Like it was just really bad. And baby, I prayed. I said, God, when my body done fighting this, I promise you, baby, I wouldn't touch another cigarette or another blunt if a nigga paid me to. Baby, you can't pay me to smoke nothing. I watch you smoke all day, baby. Smoke your lights out. Mm-hmm. That's what you want to do, baby. Smoke your light. Ain't nobody got to ever worry about me asking hit nah. Baby, I ain't gonna never ask you to hit your blunt. Because, baby, them wheelchairs told my butt up so bad, I said, I never smoke nothing else again, baby. When I say clean as a whistle, baby, I piss right now. I'm just as clean as a whistle. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do nothing, baby. I'm too high off life. I'm so happy that I can get up and do whatever I want. I got the freedom to get up and do whatever I want. I got the finances to get up and just go wherever I want. I am so high off life right now that a blunt is far from my mind. Baby, I'm trying to figure out how to have fun. Where is the fun at? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. I'm over that. You know what I'm saying? That part of my life is over. Your complexion is marvelous. Thank you so much to answer prayers. Thank you. I like you already. Thank you. Yes, you did. Thank you, girl. I remember that old clear man that liked you when you used to go to the library. For real. It probably was. Remember when we all rolled with you while you hustled during live? Yes, sister, y'all remember that? Let me tell y'all, when I was doing Lyft, y'all, I was eating. I was eating. I was tearing Lyft up, baby. I like, y'all, let's go. We going for a ride. I'm about to take y'all to we can do Lyft. We about to do Lyft. We going out to do Lyft. I was telling y'all, let's go do Lyft. We had so much fun doing Lyft. We met so many people doing Lyft. I met so many cool people doing Lyft. Lyft was real fun. I drove Lyft all the way up until... The only reason why I started doing Lyft, no lie, was when I left to go out to do Lyft, I always got a phone call. They saying, come get your kids. Your kids keep running in and out the house. You need to come watch your kids. And I'm like, bro, I'm out here trying to make us some money so that way I can feed us today. I can't go out and make no money if y'all gonna keep telling me to come stop making money to sit in the house and watch my kids. I'm like, bro, if you know I'm out here trying to make some money, like, let me at least go out here and do Lyft for like 2 hours or something so I can at least make $50 to get some McDonald's or something. You know what I'm saying? But couldn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need to come get your kids. You need to come watch your kids. You need to come get your kids. They playing. They doing this. They running around. They doing that. I had to give up Lyft. I had to let it go. I had to stop because I had nobody to watch my kids. I did want to put all that pressure on my daughter because my daughter was already helping out around the house. She was watching King, London, you know what I'm saying, all the other kids in the house. So it was like, you know, I wasn't going to put all of that immediate pressure on just my baby. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that nobody in the house was going to have her back to help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, could nobody, like, be like, okay, you know what? I can watch him at least for a couple hours while you run out and go. You know what I'm saying? Try to make you some money. It was always like, everybody was coming like, come get your kids, come get your kids, come get your kids. So I just stopped doing Lyft. But y'all, I did make a killing, though, doing Lyft. Lyft was lit, though. I love doing Lyft. Lyft was I made a good bag off Lyft. I ain't gonna lie, I made a good bag off Lyft. But I hear Lyft ain't the same no more. I know a lot of people that drive Lyft now. They said the Lyft don't even they don't have the bonuses like they used to no more. Lyft has changed a whole lot of here. You had to stop at QT to get a slice of pizza. Oh my sister, you remember that? See, that's what I'm saying. This how you know I used to be live doing everything. Cause I swear that pizza and that drink bang for sure. Baby, and I swear to you, when I got hungry, bro, long as I had enough money for that slice of pizza and that drink, I'd drive the whole day. Bro, off that pizza and that drink, I give me a slice of pizza and I give me a cup of QT cup and fill it up with a fountain drink with some ice in the drink. Baby, I drive all day. I could drive all day off that. That was my favorite snack. That I bust that down. Baby, I felt like a bear eating that. You know how big bears, I feel like that. That pizza used to bang down. I swear I loved it. That pizza used to bang down, boy. I tell you, I used to love that junk. But I swear, like, just thinking back at my struggles made me who I am. It made me a better person. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm a lot wiser. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that I need God, and no matter what I do, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like going through a struggle, it definitely helped build character in you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't never look at your struggle as you don't downplay your struggle or look at your struggle in a bad way. Just look at it like, okay, maybe times might not be the best right now, times may be hard, but when the God that you serve will make sure that you are good. When you know that and believe that, in Jeremiah, God says, for I know the plans I have for your life, and it is to prosper you and not to hurt you. When you know that verse, and when you read it wholeheartedly, and you like put that verse into your soul, baby, you can run around this world and have whatever it is that you want. You could conquer this world. You could take on this whole world, because guess what? God said it was yours in the beginning. You just got to get out here and figure out what you want to do in this world. This your world. Baby, you don't have to look at life like you living in somebody else's world. This your world. You the queen, you the king. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And just ask God to guide your steps, guide you, direct you, lead you. Pray Psalms 91 of your life for protection and keep it moving. Baby, because that's all I did. I didn't know from the pits of hell how I was going to get to what or do what, but I know for a fact that I pray Psalms 91 over my life every day for protection, and ask God to protect me whatever I went out and did, and I ask God to lead me and guide me and direct me in the way that He want me to go. Because if God have, in Jeremiah, God says, I know the plans for I have for your life, and it is to prosper you and not to hurt you. Obviously, God knows exactly what He wants for your life. Go ask God, what do He want for your life? Because instead of trying to do things your way, you gotta take your hands off your life and give it to God. Baby, I surrendered. Baby, it took me to lose everything to surrender to God. Baby, I surrendered my life to God. And baby, that's why I tell people so much, like, don't let God have to come for you. Don't let God go to Him before He comes to you. Because when God comes to you, it's going to be too late. If you wait for God to come to you to help you with life, He going to make sure you lose everything. Like, He's going to take you through a storm that's going to, like, have you like, oh my gosh, like, you're going to lose everything. Go to God while you got whatever it is you got. By the means of holding on a piece of strand of hair on your head, go to God. Because, baby, when you go to God and you let Him know that you're thankful now for what you have, He will help prosper and elevate you to have more. But if you don't let God know you're thankful, and you run these streets and you think that it's all good to turn up, and you think it's all good to brag about what you got, and you don't think that it's okay, you don't think that you should be thanking God for what you have, He'll snatch it all away. God said, quick as I give it to you, I can snatch it away. If you don't be thankful for that house, God will take it. If you ain't thankful for that car, God will take it. If you ain't thankful for them finances, God will take it. If you ain't thankful for that relationship, God will take it. He gonna take it. And when He take it, you're gonna be devastated. It leave a devastation of why. And it's because you did not go to God. Baby, I'm trying to tell you, I had to live through some of the darkest times that I never expected to live through. Nobody in this world expects to go through hard times. You know what I'm saying? But when you go through it, you have to learn how to get through it. See, some people fall on hard times. What they do, they either go out here robbing, stealing, killing, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to swindle people out of stuff. I didn't do none of that. I got it all the honest way. I got on here and asked for help when I needed help. Was not afraid to use my mouth. God didn't give me a voice to stay shut up or stay quiet. I spoke my truth. I got on social media, whether I was getting dragged or not, speaking my truth. I woke up every day and lived in my truth. I didn't care what nobody had to say about me, because if you was not helping me, I did not care about your opinion. If you was not here to help me, I did not care about how you felt about what I was going through. I didn't, because it was like useless. Let me read the comments real quick. I cried when you and the kids and Tux were able to stay in extended stay and cook their hot meal and watch TV. Your favorite movie was on. I was so happy for you guys, even though it's temporary. Oh, thank you so much, sister. Her Instagram used to be lit. Yes, Instagram definitely used to be lit. It was. I remember the incident at the hotel, and long as she can get a little scissors pieces for the kids. Oh, yup. We had a couple incidents that happened at the hotel. Yeah, yup. It says yes on her Facebook. I laughed and cried some days with her. Oh, I love y'all so much. I love my day ones. Y'all are so wonderful. I love y'all so much. You better tell it, hun. God made sure you made it home his far after all hard times. Amen. Amen. Live your best life. Food used to look good. Yes, food used to look good because y'all know I could bust down in the kitchen. Y'all know I love busting down in the kitchen. It was God. It was real, but God, we helped you too. Yes, I remember y'all helping. I remember everything that y'all did for me. I remember y'all sending money. I remember y'all sending food. I remember y'all sending blankets. I remember y'all sending messages. I remember y'all saying stay prayed up. I remember y'all paying for hotels. I remember y'all saying here, go get us to the hotel so y'all can extend y'all day. I remember y'all sending food. I remember everything. That's why I love y'all so much, and I get on here to show y'all how much God has progressed in my life. It wouldn't be fair for me to get on here and let y'all know how I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all would be like, dang, we did all that helping that girl and she just vanished off the face of the earth. Like, she just vanished. We just don't see nothing else about her. Like, she done took our help and just ran off, and we don't know how she doing or anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I was trying to figure out how I can get to stay back in connection with y'all without having to be just strictly on Facebook, because Facebook has changed so much. Like, Facebook don't keep up the videos after 30 days. They automatically delete lives. And I want my footprints in my life story to be imprinted forever. I don't want my video to just be taken down because after 30 days it's automatically deleted. So I knew that I had to move my people from Facebook to YouTube, because I said TikTok, it's I like TikTok, but that's not where I want to share my life at. You know what I'm saying? I like to post on TikTok when God give me a message to post on TikTok, or when I think of something to post. Like, TikTok is more so like a diary to me. I use TikTok as like a memory diary, like a voice diary. Like, oh, this voice telling me this, so let me just go say it on TikTok, you know? But for me to be able to interact and communicate with my people back and forth, and for me to be able to go back and see it years down the line, I said YouTube is going to be my best way to stay connected with my day ones, and they can come over here and we can go live. I can post up our videos, our trips and vlogs and whatever else, and then y'all can just keep up with my daily life right here on YouTube. That way, Facebook, it's changed so much since it was back when I started Facebook. Back when I started that Tea with T page, remember when I started Tea with T, and I was going live on the Tea with T page, and I had got my followers up, and I got monetized on that page, and y'all was so happy for me. Y'all was like, congratulations, girl, you got your page monetized. Y'all was so happy for me. We all was so happy. I was like, yeah, so now I could make money. I was thinking like that I could make that money to take care of my kids. But then, like, that's when the devil started trying to attack me. Like, I thought that I was going to be able to make money, take care of my kids, and make a better life for us. But then you got people that start hating on me, jealous about me having the page, mad because I was having a page. And, it was a whole bunch of drama and back and forth about the page. And I was just like, if the page gonna cause this much drama and had me falling out with people and going through all that, it's okay. I'd rather give it up if people gonna hate me for just being able to make, a living for myself. Like, it wasn't that deep to me, but I felt like people was attacking me because, I was just trying to use social media to make a bag. It was like, it was crazy. But nevertheless, I'm over all of what I went through. Like I told y'all, I'm not the type of person to hold grudges against nobody. I forgive everybody. It is what it is. Life happens, stuff happens. Everything that happened, it happened, and that's fine. It's cool. I don't dwell on the past, but I just like to speak on how my past made me a better person. I don't like to talk about what everybody else got going on in their life. I like to just say that my past made me a better person. Yes, I remember that as well. Look at you now, flourishing and looking good. Thank you. It was crazy. Yes, it was crazy, y'all. And I look so better. I look so at peace. I'm so happy. Every day I'm happy. Every day that I wake up to be able to take care of my grandmother makes me happy. Every day that my kids are happy, I'm happy. Every day that we get up to be able to just thank God for life. I'm happy. I'm happy that my kids, all three of them, have life. All three of them are well. Nobody is sick. Nobody is hurt. Nobody harmed. And I just pray that God continue to protect me and my children and my grandmother. And I just love my little family. You know what I'm saying? I just love my little family. Me, my kids, and my grandmother is enough for me, baby. Because, baby, all of them is too expensive for me. All of them is too expensive. I'm just a girl and I'm expensive myself, but baby, they can take up an expense, okay? They can take up an expense. It's crazy. Yes, it's crazy. You're a walking testimony, that's for sure, sis. Thank you so much. I'm glad grandma was able to always support you through it all. Yes, my grandmother is such a huge blessing, y'all. And this is why I get up every day to strive to do whatever she asks me to do. Because not only did my grandmother open up her doors for us to come when we had nowhere to go, but I have been telling her so many times, like, my grandmother had always told me, like, y'all can come back home. Y'all can come back home. You don't have to be in the streets. She kept telling me, she said, you don't have to be in the streets. Come back home, come back home, come back home. Me being hard-headed, I kept on saying, no, it's okay. I'm going to try to figure things out. I'm going to try to figure things out. So she was telling me that I needed to come back home, but I was and I felt like that was me disobeying God. You know, when you disobey God, God give you another strike to the foot, another strike to the foot. And I kept hitting my foot up against the stone, and I was getting in trouble. I was getting found by people in the park, and the park people in Texas came for us, and it was just a lot. Like, stuff started happening, and I was like, my grandmother keep telling me to take my behind home. So I said, you know what? I told the people in Texas when they found us out there homeless living in the park, I said, listen, please, if y'all can just help me get me and my kids a ticket home, please just help me and my kids get a ticket, a Greyhound ticket back home, and you ain't never gotta worry about us coming to Texas again. They said, we get you this ticket with these kids home. Are you going to go straight home? I said, I promise you, I want to go straight to my grandmother. They said, we got to call your grandmother and ask your grandmother. You did good. That's good. They said, we got to call and talk to her first. They said, when we call the grandmother and we talk to the grandmother, and the grandmother tell us that you can come there with the kids and it's safe for you to come here with the kids, we'll send you. I said, okay, please. I said, my grandmother is going to tell you yes because she want me to come home. Please call her. So they called my grandmother. They said, hello, we have your granddaughter right here in the park with her kid. This all happened in the middle of the park. Like, we stood in the middle of the park talking for like an hour before they packed us up in the van and took us back to a little community center. So what happened was, we was in the park, right? Me and my kids was living in the park. So I had not blew up, but I had set up our tent and stuff like that, because there was some other people when they tent set up. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe, people like us is, what I'm saying, need somewhere to sleep in. They sleep in here too, So I'm like, well, we can sleep here. So I set up our tent. However, we was there for like 2 nights before people started watching us. A guy was trying to, talk to me or whatever and everything. And he was like, talking to me about how him and his people had been in the park for a little while and stuff like that. And so we was there for like 2 days before the police pulled up. So we was in the park. The police pulled up and he said, if anybody is in there, come out. So I came out. He asked me my name. I gave him my name. He said, you got kids? I said, yes. He said, how many kids you got? I said, it's 3 of us. I had 3 kids. He said, well, it's illegal for you guys to be sleeping in the park. This is not safe, and this is not where you can sleep at. And he said, do you have somewhere to go? I said, well, we were in the hotel room, but the hotel ran out, and we have nowhere else to go. He said, well, if you have nowhere else to go, then we would have to either take you to a shelter or kind of get like the people involved with trying to figure out where these kids could go. And then I immediately just broke down because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to lose my kids because we don't have anywhere to go. I would rather you just give me some help. And he was like, let me see what I can do. So I'm standing there. He's like, well, start packing y'all stuff because y'all got to go. So I'm packing up our stuff. I got Tux, I got the kids, and I'm just looking at them. And they crying. I'm crying. I'm like, y'all just don't worry about it. Something's gonna happen. Just don't worry about it. Whatever, y'all, I told my kids, whatever happens, y'all stick together. Y'all stay together with each other because I love y'all. And I told y'all, if they have to send me away, I want y'all to at least stick together with each other. I said, y'all stay together with each other because if they end up having to take Tux and they end up having to split us up, at least y'all stay together. So the officer went and made a phone call. He came back to me. He asked me for my ID. He asked me for my driver's license. I gave him my ID. I told him I was from out of state. He asked me how long I had been there and all this. So while he getting all my information and asking me everything, I told him that, I was in Georgia. I left Georgia because me and my, mother wasn't getting along and stuff like that. And he asked me for her number, her information. He asked me for my grandmother, her information. And he asked me if I had anywhere to go. And I told him my grandmother. Next thing I know, two big old vans, like two vans that like a 14 passenger van pulled up full of people. I'm talking about, it was like 6 people in each van, all with CPS shirts on. They don't call them these CPS, it's something else. But when they walked up to me, they addressed who they was. They was like, we're protective services. And I'm like, why would y'all come out this deep? I said, why would y'all come out in 2 vans full of people like that just for me and my kids, And they said because we got a call that it was you, 3 kids, a dog, and it was other people in the park. So we just trying to figure out what was going on and address the situation. And I said, okay. So I explained to the lady what was happening, my situation, my story and everything. And she was offering me to go to a shelter. I said no. I declined the shelter. I did not want to go to a shelter because I had a dog, and I said your shelter is not going to take me. I've already called multiple shelters, and when I called the shelter and let them know, like, hi, I have 3 children and a service animal, they immediately say we have no room for you. So I wasn't neglecting to go to the shelter, but it wasn't suitable for me and my kids because I had a dog and I was not going to get rid of him, and he was my service animal. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, y'all, they end up asking me if I had somewhere to go. I told them, yeah. I told my grandmother. They had called my grandmother, verified with her that I can come there. So they was like, all right, cool. We're going to take y'all to go get some food, take y'all back to the station. Not a station, but a community resource center where they'll book y'all tickets, give y'all paperwork, and we'll take y'all and drop y'all off at the bus station. I said, all right, cool. So we got all our stuff up, packed everything up, loaded up in the vans. They put us in the vans. They took us to McDonald's. After we left McDonald's, we ended up going to the resource center where we unloaded the truck, put all our stuff inside the resource center. We sitting inside of a area where like a waiting area. It was a waiting area. So we all sit inside the waiting area. Me, my kids, the dog, everybody. So a lady asked me for my information again. She kept on asking me questions. She kept on asking me where I've ever worked at. She asked me a whole bunch of questions. And I was asking her, who was she? I said, you're asking me questions, so I want to know who you are too. And she was like, you don't have to be defiant against me, like not answering my questions. She was like, we're really just here to try to help you. And I said, I get that you're trying to help me, but the questions that you asking me, I said, they're irrelevant until you helping me. Asking me where I used to work at is irrelevant until you supposed to help me get a Greyhound ticket and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I wasn't trying to be defiant against her or non-compliant with her. I was just trying to understand, like, why would she ask me questions that had nothing to do with me needing help to get home? Me talk about where I used to work at and what I used to do ain't got nothing to do with you getting me a ticket home. But however, I knew maybe I should just listen. So I just end up shutting up and I listened. I said, all right, whatever. So I gave her all the information. She said, okay. She said, well, we are the people that, she said, when people come into our state and they have no way home, or they come here and they get stranded, or whatever, we offer a voucher, a ticket. We pay for them a ticket to get back to where they are. So every state has one. She said there's a resource place. Every state it's something called different in each state, but it's called travel insurance. It's something like a travel agency or travel insurance or whatever, but it's all throughout like a resource center that's connected to the state. And if you just call like maybe 211 or whatever, they supposed to know who the people is or whatever. Because I asked her, I said, well, I never even heard of y'all or knew who y'all were or whatever. Long story short, she was asking me all my kids' names. She had me write down our names, write down their ages, write everything down, correct information, because she said, I'm going to go ahead and book y'all tickets. She said, give me about 30 minutes. I'm going to book the tickets, and then I'm going to have y'all a lift. A lift going to come pick y'all up and take y'all over there. But at first, she was going to have somebody drive us over there, but they didn't end up having any more vehicles at the resource center, so they ended up booking me a lift. And the lift took me from the resource center to the Greyhound station in Texas, and from the Greyhound station in Texas, it brought us here. So when we got here when we got here from the Greyhound station, then I got us the lift. Yeah, I got us a lift. We got the lift here. So we got a lift from the Greyhound station to the house. And then came in here, I greeted my grandmother. I thanked her so much. I hugged her and kissed her, and I thanked her so much that she opened up her doors to me and my children and my dog. You know what I'm saying? And it felt so warm. You know, it felt so warm. It felt so natural. It felt so good because it wasn't nothing that was, you know, like, it just felt like really just genuine love and energy or whatever. So nevertheless, we came here or whatever. We got settled in. You know, of course, I was looking really, really shabby. I was looking really, really bad when I first got here because I was still in the middle of a lawsuit with the housing company. I was going through battling them. We had it out really, really bad. Me and that company had it out, baby. Like, when I say we were like neck to neck having it out, like, I've never had to witness people be so nasty and rude and evil when they were the ones who've committed something so horrible against you and your family. But nevertheless, I just thank God that the situation is over with. And like I said, the whole time I was my own lawyer in the case, because they kept on talking about something. Yeah, do you got a lawyer? Do you got a lawyer? So pretty. Good night, Sherman. I'm like, no, you know, I could, that's my own lawyer in the case or whatever. Case end up it went over like after a year after I moved here. It was still like a year after I moved here. The case was still going on or whatever. And so, long story short, yeah, that's what happened. And after I came here, the first year I looked hideous. I looked messed up. I was still trying to figure out life. I didn't have nothing. I was broke. I didn't have no money. I had my kids, no job, no babysitter, no nothing. You know, my family was trying to help me a little bit when they could. I was still having to travel back and forth because I was in the middle of the case. So I did have to continue to get money to go back to Georgia to go to meet every court date and everything. And, you know, stuff started getting real hard or whatever. It's time to make those cookies too. Those cookies done. I mean, I turned them off, but they was cooling off. They should be cooled off now, so I'm about to go down there. But after the so I'm trying to sum it all up. So after maybe a year of us being here, I started like trying to tell them, like, you know, we had it out real bad, but I told them, like, this has gone on for too long. You know what I'm saying? This has been long enough. So we ended up reaching a settlement agreement or whatever. So that was that. And I ended up fixing up my grandmother's house for her. I remodeled a lot of things in her house. When we came here, I did a lot of work to get the house up to code and everything, which I don't like to explain that because it's not like I did it out of the goodness of my heart. So I don't feel like I need to explain that I did that, but, you know, but I did. And when I started working on the house, I said, this is actually kind of fun. You know, it was kind of fun. So I'm like, I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot, you know. So I ended up finding a passion into working on houses and fixing on houses and stuff like that. So it was crazy because then I ended up running into a cousin of mine that I look at like an uncle. And he work on houses, and I was like, I think I like working on houses. He was like, really? I said, yeah. He said, well, let me teach you some stuff. And by the grace of God, God bless his heart. I love him so much. That's who we went fishing with. He ended up teaching me how to put windows in. I know how to do windows. I know how to put up doors. I know how to lay floor. I know how to put in kitchen cabinets. I'm trying to learn. I want to learn how to do a roof, but it's not the time for me to learn it yet. So I will hold off on learning, but I do want to learn how to do a roof. But I did learn a lot of expertise since I've been back. So now I just really do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally tie my hair up and go work on the house. Like, I do demos. I do demolitions. Like, gut it out. I gutted out a house. Me and him and our crew gutted out a house. We put windows in 2 houses, brand new windows, reframe the frame, and putting the windows in. What else have I learned? I learned how to do floors. My uncle taught me how to do floors. He taught me how to do the windows. He taught me how to do doors. He taught me the different framing. He taught me how to look at if framings were good and different things like that. And so that's just some things he taught me how to do. So yeah. So, by the grace of God, I'm doing good and everything is good. And so I've been trying. So I think that God puts you where you need to be at the right time, at the right place, at the right time. And I'm gonna say that because, like, my grandmother need me more than ever right now. Like, I help her do everything, and I love helping her. So it's a good thing. God placed you where you and your kid needed to be. Exactly. I was just about to say that too, y'all. You needed that love your grandmother could give you and your kids, and she needed you. Yes, amen. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you, sister. Yes, so God knew that we needed each other. God knew that I needed some help, and God knew that she needed some help. So he definitely put us back together again. And by the grace of God, it has been nothing but a joy. It makes me so happy to be able to, be here for my grandmother. Like, I enjoy running her around. I enjoy taking her out. I enjoy taking her on outings. I enjoy being her lift. She's so funny. Baby, she be having us cracking up, baby. My grandmother is so funny. I wish y'all could know my grandmother, but she don't like social media or whatever. But my grandmother would have us cracking up, baby. My grandmother is a joy to be around. I love her dearly. And I love taking care of her. I love shopping for her. I love doing everything for her. And that's why I want to make her life comfortable as possible and give her all that I can give her, because I feel like she deserves it. So yeah. So yeah, that's my life. But let's go make these cookies. Let me show y'all what I do with these cookies. Pants back up. Let me show y'all what I do with these cookies. Enough of me ranting about what I be doing. Let me show y'all these cookies real quick. Oh, girl, if you don't go to bed, go on, cut that TV off, go to bed. You cut that TV off and go to bed. All right. Let me go wash my hands real quick, y'all. Cut that off real good. All right, this is what we do, right? Let me show y'all the cookies. You're gonna cook. Hold on. All right. Let me show y'all the cookies first. Here go the cookies, y'all. These are the cookies. These are the cookies, right? I'm about to show y'all what I'm about to do with them. Hold on. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Set the phone. Maybe have to set the phone back right there. Alright, we're gonna leave the phone right there. Leave the phone, let me show you. Leave the phone almost out. Alright, ice cream. Best ice cream ever. Best ice cream ever. It's ice cream. Take the ice cream. Alright, you take the cookie. It's a cookie, right? Cookie. Take this cookie, place it flat down. All right. Put this back in the freezer. All right, get another cookie. Now, I got me a ice cream cookie. And I take a bite. Good. And good. Really good. Ice cream cookie. Really good. Baby, this ice cream cookie, bust down. Make your homemade ice cream cookie. This cookie, bust down, honey. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. But I had to show y'all. I just want to show y'all what I do. Because it busts down. Real good. Homemade ice cream sandwich. Homemade ice cream sandwich. It's real good. It's real good. Bust down. Cookie, ice cream. Ice cream cookie. It's good. Thank you. It's so good. I've been eating one of these. Baby, when I say it made me fall on my behind, it made me fall straight asleep. Now, never say I never tell you nothing. because this ice cream cookie about to have everybody making these. Now, granted, people buy them at the store. Ain't nothing like making it yourself. Ice cream cookie tastes way better when you make it yourself. It's so fresh. It don't taste stale. It's real good. The ice cream stay in there. I'm sorry, y'all. She eating like a pig. This is so good, y'all. It's so good. If I go down there, I make another one. I can't even make another one. I'm too full. This one was jam right here. Ice cream cookie. Please, y'all, make y'all one. It's good. It's good. But now, so that's my snack, y'all. Big butt, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing good. By the grace of God, I'm alive, huh? I'm doing good. I just finished eating the ice cream cookie. Buzz down. Ice cream cookie. Buzz down. Do you hear me? Y'all better go make y'all one. Go to the store and get y'all some cookies. The Nestle Toll House cookies. It gotta be the Nestle Toll House brand. If you do it at any other brand, the cookie not gonna come out right. It has to be the Nestle Toll House brand cookies, or it's not gonna work. My daughters tried the same thing with some cookie dough cookies, but it was by like Pillsbury or somebody. They were very upset. Those young ladies were very upset. They tried to do it with some Pillsbury cookies, and the cookies came out about this big. So their ice cream sandwich looked like mini sandwiches because their cookies was little. But the Nestle Toll House cookies, they bake and they be a nice size circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not too big and they not too small. They're a nice size circle. So I would say definitely make sure it's the Nestle Toll House brand. And then you can use any ice cream of your choice. I just use that Dear something ice cream because it had chocolate chip in it, caramel in it, something similar to what my cookie had in it. So it made it pop because it had some of the same stuff my cookie had. Bust down, was good. However, y'all probably didn't talk y'all ears off. I know y'all probably tired of listening to me, but I definitely wanted to show y'all my little snacky snack. I shared that with y'all, so please don't ever say I never told you nothing. Please don't never say I didn't steer you in the right direction, baby, because I steered you in the right direction on this snack. Okay? Amen. Amen. I love y'all down though, because I am getting sleepy. I'll be back up tomorrow. Get ready with the queen in the morning. We'll bust down. I'm about to open up that Bible, read me a verse, go to bed. Amen. And that's about all my life today, honey. I'm going to bed now. I'm sleepy. I'm finna go get me a bottle of water. Take this plate downstairs. Give me a bottle of water. Come about these clothes. Go take a shower. Oh, let me get my bed clothes so I can go get in the shower. Yeah, I do gotta get in the shower. I love y'all. I gotta go. It's already 11:26. I love y'all down. I love y'all down. Y'all know I love y'all. Good night, sis. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, sis. I love you. I love you. Good night, Patrice. I love you so much, girl. Good night. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the morning. Sister is going to bed tonight. I hope, pray y'all get y'all some good sleep tonight. I hope y'all get up and have a wonderful day in the morning. We all gonna get up in the morning. Hopefully I can meet y'all at the same time y'all getting up. I don't know what time we get up in the morning. Hopefully about 8 something. I'll probably try to be about 8, 9 o'clock. No later than like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll try to be up. But I love y'all so much. I love y'all. You know, I love everybody, but I especially have a lot of love for my day ones because they have been rocking with me. They have been supporting me. They've been helping me, and that y'all push me to be great. I think y'all seen a side of me that y'all knew that I could make it, and I'm happy and proud that y'all definitely kept my spirits alive. And I love y'all so much. So good night, y'all. I love y'all, and I see y'all in the morning. Bye. I love y'all.